What is up, Credits? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for September 19th through September 25th, 2024. For Login Unlocks, Rockstar is celebrating Oktoberfest until October 9th with the Pizwazzer Good Time t-shirt and shorts, the Alpine outfit, the Pizwazzer liveries for the Cypher Drift variant, and the Pizwazzer liveries for the Sentinel Classic wide-body drift variant as well. But anyways, the current price right for this week is the Obey iWagon. Is primarily based on the 2018 Audi Q8 e-tron SUV and has a normal price of about $1.7 million. To get it for free this week, you have to get first place in an LS CarMate Series race for 3 days in a row. In regards to performance, in the SUVs class, it is a top 10 performing vehicle in that class for track performance, not including HSW of course. Now unfortunately, it does suffer dramatically in terms of top speed, where it only does 94 miles an hour, which is a bit of a joke. It can barely keep up with the traffic on the highway, but I guess for free from the prize right, it's not too bad if you're willing to win those races for the 3 days in a row. But anyways, continuing to the test ride vehicles, we have the Buffalo S, the Stinger GT, and the RE7B, and all three of these are Move website cars, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Euros X32 as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the True Fade Nero. Is primarily based on the Bugatti Chiron and has a normal price of about $1.4 million. In regards to performance, in the supercar class, it is a top 35 performing car in that class, not factoring in HSW, which honestly is still pretty quick considering how many similar cars there are in the class with very close lap times. Plus, I personally prefer the regular Nero over the custom Benny's variant because of the active aero spoiler and the overall cleaner look. I think this is one you should definitely try to get off the wheel this week. It's a great overall car. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, on luxury autos, we have the Yosemite 1500 and the Dominator GT as well. Continuing to Simeon's, we have the Swinger, the Viserys, the Deviant, the Massacro, and the Avarice, and all these are website vehicles, so make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we unfortunately don't have any this week, which is a bit of a shame. Continuing to the vehicle discounts, starting off on the test ride, we have 40% off the RE7B, again a Remove website car. This one's in the supercar class and is a top 15 performing car in that class for track performance. It has great handling, it just lacks a bit in terms of top speed, plus the customization is not all that great either with only a few options, but at this price it's still a pretty decent deal. On to Simeon's, we have 30% off the Swinger, again a Remove website car. In the Sports Classics class, and is a top 10 performing car in that class, not factoring in HSW. However, it unfortunately does suffer from these slow handling flags, which really impact its driving feel. However, on this car, it's one of the more subtly affected ones, plus it has great customization and styling. I honestly think it's well worth it at this price. Moving along to the Legendary Motors website, we have 30% off the Reaper. So this one is a below average performing car in the supercar class, and that's mainly due to its poor handling and acceleration, because its top speed is actually pretty decent, however the customization is pretty poor. But if you like the styling of it, this price isn't too terrible. Next up, we have 40% off the Osiris. This one's in the supercar class and used to be the king of the class alongside the T20 back in 2015, but obviously a lot has changed over the years and it now sits around 30th place in that class. Still very quick for what it is though, and this car is super nice to drive, very easy and forgiving, one of my favorites. Moving along to the Warstock website, we have 40% off the weaponized Canada. This is arguably one of the more disappointing newer weaponized helis in the game, with its poor missile fire rate and a lack of weapon upgrades. So yeah, I honestly don't think it's worth it. Continuing, we have 40% off the Savage, which I believe is the only remaining aircraft with the rapid fire rate explosive cannons. I just love this one. Plus 40% off the RCV, one of the most useless vehicles in the game, being an armored fire truck that has no explosive armor, making it just as useful as a regular street fire truck. Doesn't really make any sense. And lastly, on Toledo's Travels website, we have 40% off the regular Canada, fantastic helicopter at this price, 30% off the Bezra, this aircraft has no weapons, and lastly, 30% off the Sea Breeze. Moving along to the Grand Runway, we have follow weapons available this week and 40% off the machine pistol as well. For Triple Money, we have Triple Money NRP on bodyguard/associate salaries. In regard to Double Money, we have the Adversary Mode Hunting Pack Remix. And lastly, finally, double money and RP on the standard and most wanted bounty targets from the bail office. And for the weekly challenge, if you secure at least 6 bounty targets of any kind, you'll get 100k. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salvage Yard business, again, these only change once per event week. We have the Duggan robbery with the SM722, the Podium robbery with the Tailgater S, and the Gangbanger robbery with the Segoy, and of course none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is end to end. I recommend a car with a high top speed or quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the Sports Classics Race 8-figure bonus. I highly recommend the Turismo Classic, Cheetah Classic, or Ardent for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Turismo Classic or the HSW Sterling GT. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is terminal. As always, the HSW Hot Country Drag by the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Osiris at 40% off. I think it's a pretty good deal for what you're getting in this car, considering how easy it is to drive quickly, the styling, and the decent customization. It's just a pretty great overall car. Anyways, guys, overall this event week is pretty decent. Double money on the bail office buying targets was very surprising. However, no discount on the bail office property itself is a bit disappointing, and not really much more variety in double money other than the adversary mode. So overall, I'm going to give this week a 6 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Anyways, again, guys, hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.